London, 1983.
Mine told me that he'd been called to Cranley Gardens, where suspected. When we got there, the tenants were standing around the manhole. And then the tenants told me that the previous evening, around about midnight, they had heard a scraping noise outside. They asked him if he was all right. And he said, I am. I've just been outside for a pee. I made further inquiries at Cranley Gardens and found out he was at the local job centre where he worked. We then find out that the pieces of bones from the drains were indeed frangulation marks on it. And lo and behold, we saw a man walking up the road.
To Cranley Gardens, the police were unsure of their ground. They were human flesh found down the house
drains. Nilsen then said, very strange that police officers should come and talk to me about my drains. But he led us into the house, and we went up to the attic flat.